So why don't we go ahead and get started? Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I think this is a really important topic, one we haven't covered for a while. My name is Dennis Smeltzer. I'm the president of TSANet. With me is Paul Esch. We're going to probably do a little bit of tag teaming with you today, but what we want to cover is something that we think is very important as a benefit of being a member of TSANet is extending this out to your partner network. And we're going to kind of run through several aspects of it. I don't have a lot of slides, but certainly if you've got any questions, we'll try to field those as well. I think most people on this call, and I had a chance to kind of review the roster to see who was on most. We've got actually a good section of the membership from different types of members that are on it, but I think you all are aware of what we do, right? We're an alliance of computer manufacturers. We've been around since 1993, and if I really take that down into the three key aspects, it would be that we're not for profit, right? So we're very member driven. Everything you're going to see here isn't something that TSANet just came up with. It's something that our members came to us and said, you know, why don't you do this? It would make our life a whole lot easier, and the way that we support our customers would make it easier. So we are vendor neutral. We've been focusing on multi-vendor support, like I said, since '93, and you're going to see what we've done, and you all are probably very familiar with it at this stage, is using the TSANet Connect platform to be able to submit and acknowledge a support request, giving that one place for everybody to go to see how they're going to collaborate with their partners, and for their partners to have that one place to go to collaborate with the host company, right? And what we're going to focus in on here is actually about the partner programs as well. We'll get in on that, but really how we onboard people into it. And I have to say, if I look at the membership in general, and we'll get into some slides about who is doing this and the number of partners and all that kind of stuff, but those companies that are really taking advantage of their membership in TSANet are utilizing the infrastructure to set up, whether it be a small group of partners, even a one-to-one relationship, or whatever that you might have, or even a large technology partner program, taking advantage of that. It's a very easy way for you to be able to establish that collaboration path with that partner. We onboard them very easily. We'll walk in and walk you through how that happens. Again, right, here's one of the beauties of this, right? The legal framework. Everybody is already part of that if you're a member, and to pull somebody into that is very easy. So the alternative that you might have in setting up a relationship with another partner is just to do a cooperative support agreement. And sometimes you're going to get into legal issues back and forth and all that, and we've actually bypassed a lot of that, but still giving you the flexibility to create your own custom relationship. So there's nothing in here that says you can't create separate SLAs and have all these different kind of things that you would normally have in a relationship. But as far as the base foundation documents on the legal side, is everybody's agreeing to the code of conduct and the license agreement, and we don't allow any changes to that. So the confidentiality agreement section of it and all that, everybody is agreeing to that same thing, but then you've also got the flexibility to set up a relationship however you want it. And like I said, if it could be anything, look at this as an infrastructure. And we've got relationships, could be engineering, it could be all sorts of different things, even solution support environments where you've got a many-to-many type environment, or a technology partner program. I would look at it as this is the easy way for you to set up a collaboration path with a partner, right? Whether it be 2 or 3, 10 partners, or whether it be hundreds of partners. This is a very easy way for you to do it. All you do is set up the infrastructure, set up the relationship, which we'll walk through, and then just tell your partners you're doing this under the TSANet structure, join TSANet, and we're done. It makes it very easy and very cost effective for you to do that. And you've still got the ability to integrate systems. This is not about TSANet Connect, but you can read on that and find out how you can integrate that into your CRM system. And then also, is for those, a lot of the members participate in our regional focus groups. We want to keep that out in the forefront as something else that is part of the benefit of being a member. So here's what we do from a membership perspective, right? There's really 3 different levels of members. There's limited members, there's basic members, and there's premium members. What we're doing within the structure is we're allowing you to pull in a limited member, which means they have a one-to-one relationship with the host company. And it's very simple to do. They don't have to come in. They don't have to participate at a higher level. We'll get into the pricing. It's very easy. In fact, you can even sponsor them in certain situations, but basically allows you to bring in that member. If they're already an existing member at a basic or premium level, there is no fee involved at all, period. Into subject, right? If they're a limited member, you can pull them into another one-to-one relationship with you in your ecosystem. And if they're not a member at all, you'll see how we've done this through landing pages and things like that. Very easy for you to get them in. Again, right, I'll go back and emphasize this is a relationship infrastructure. So if you want to set up a solution support environment where you've got maybe a many-to-many type relationship, or you're looking at this just to pull in partners, then I know that a lot of you get requests all the time, hey, this company just wants to set up a relationship with you because we're now working in this particular environment and we seem to have some support requests that are coming in from mutual customers. So I need to pull in 3 or 4 partners to do that. Very easy to set that up, very easy for you to do that. And in fact, if you're a premium member, we've actually already set this up. And we've set up a default partner program using our relationship addendums that are tied into the premium and the basic relationships. So you've already got this set up. You may not even know it, but it's a very easy way, and we can walk you through how you can just tell a partner, hey, go to this landing page, sign up for it, boom, you've got a relationship with them. It's that simple to do. So, you know, again, we don't have a lot of members that are doing this right now, but my emphasis on the solution support environment is, again, look at this as an infrastructure, right? It doesn't matter. We have a tendency to get stereotyped into you must have a mutual customer involved. It's always a post-production type of environment. And that's the case for most of the relationships that we have in TSANet. But we've got other relationships, and it doesn't mean that it has to be set up. One thing that we've done with this partner network is we allow you the ability to customize that relationship. So again, if it's SLAs that need to be different, or it's an environment where you've only got a certain amount of named engineers involved, whatever that happens to be, we can customize that relationship for you. And if you want to pull it into a solution support environment where you've got a many-to-many type thing and everybody needs to collaborate with everybody else, we have the ability to do that. We've got the ability to even customize some of the forms within the TSANet Connect process. So lots of things that we can do there. This is where I think we see a lot of members that are taking advantage of the technology support environment. So I've got a group of partners out there, and after I'm out of the engineering and research and development phase, now I'm in a post-production phase. I don't really have a support relationship with them. This is a really easy way for you to pull in a group of partners. Here on the left, you see an example of how that does, of the companies that are taking advantage of it, and we'll get into some details on the numbers that are involved in that. But you're going to see in the next few slides here, what we've done is we've created a landing page, right, that is set up specifically for your ecosystem. And we work then with every company to make that work for them, whether it's co-branding that's involved in it, whether it's how are we going to onboard the partners. If you want to give us a predefined list of, hey, these are the partners that I'm going to come in, or we always put a stopgap in. You'll see this here in a minute, to where until you give us the green light, we don't onboard that partner into your ecosystem. So we've got a way to do that. Again, emphasis back on the fact that everybody's using the TSANet Connect platform to be able to collaborate with each other. So it gives you as a host one place to go to send all of your engineers. This is how you're going to collaborate with this partner network or any other member in TSANet as far as that goes. And again, on the other side, for the partners to come in, to be able to have that one path to be able to get in. And you can set it up to where maybe you've got certain partners that need to go in via a different path. And if you're a basic or a premium member within TSANet, you can have multiple paths and multiple inbound processes that you can set up within the TSANet Connect platform. Again, right, what we do is we set up co-branding. You'll see this in the landing page where we'll come in. A lot of times what will happen is where we're going to rely on the host company to come in and say, hey, okay, you're going to use TSANet to do this. Let's put something up on that landing page that tells them what this really is. We certainly have done a lot of one-on-one conversations with members. If you'll set us up and, hey, they don't understand TSANet, just turn them over to us. We'll walk them through in a very 20-minute conference call of this is what it is, this is how it works, this is the benefit to doing it. And then you've got a landing page that you can send to them, and the system is going to understand if they're already an existing member or they're not. It's going to know that. It's going to direct them to the right paperwork. You see that as I walk through here. But the bottom line is we help co-brand this with you. We want to become your partner in pulling these partners in and onboarding your partners into your ecosystem. So we certainly will help. We'll do that. We've all actually got some generic videos even that come out on the pages as well. This is kind of a flow chart that shows you exactly how we onboard members into it. So again, you've got your landing page. They come in there. It's going to send them to the correct documentation and paperwork that they need to sign up. That's automatic as well. And then really as a host, you've got a couple of different options. You can say, if I want those partners to pay this $500 fee as a limited member, then you actually have no cost involved in it at all. Or you can actually pay for that member fee, and we'll walk you through how that works. But either way, they come in, again, either through some type of a mechanism where there's an email that's going to go out to someone at your company that says you need to approve this, or you've already given us a predefined list of your partners that you want onboarded into it. However it is that you want to do that, there's a stopgap put in place that doesn't allow just any member to come into your ecosystem without your approval. So that comes in. And then the other thing that we started to do just it's been over a year or so now that we've done it. It's really helped out a lot, is we're going to validate that support process works. So we're going to send a test case out to that member. They're going to need to acknowledge that test case before we will onboard them into the system. We want to make sure that if they go through this, that it's actually going to work when you need to collaborate with them. Because honestly, in a lot of these partner networks, it's set up as, this is not something that happens every day, but they want to ensure that there is a collaboration path for their partners if they ever need it. And it typically is bilateral, where it can go either way. We want to make sure that when that happens and you go to use that and you're counting on it, that it's actually going to work. So we will send out a test case, and we will not put that member into your network until they have validated that it's a support case. A lot of times you'll get other people involved that are out of the support environment. This is a way for us to pull those people in, and we'll make sure that we're getting the right people that are in when it counts the most, when you need to collaborate with them and you've got a mutual customer at play here. So this is kind of an example of what this can look like as a landing page. What's going to happen is, again, we can customize this a little bit. We typically will put in an overview page, talk about the benefits of TSANet, so they're not coming into this totally cold. Usually rely on the sponsor member to come in. Hey, we use TSANet. This is the landing page. This is the way that we're going to collaborate. It's a very easy way for you to get into it if you're not already a member. And then again, they just put in, and it's based off of their email domain. So they're going to put their email address in, and the system's going to know if they're already an existing member, what type of member they are. If they're not an existing member, it's going to walk them through that joining process. And in fact, if they're an existing member, this is an example of, say, they're already a premium member. Say you've customized this ecosystem to yourself, and even though you've got a relationship with them because you're a premium member and they're a premium member, you still want them to come into your little ecosystem for whatever reason. You can still do that, and what would happen is the system would recognize through the landing page that, yes, I am understand I'm a premium member, and I've got a support process already in place. So I'm going to pick that support process, or I could create a new one if I wanted to do that. And then you can even go get as granular as, I want these engineers to have access to it, or everybody in my support system can have access to it. So you can do a lot of different things here if they're already an existing member within TSANet. If they're a new member, so they're not a member at all within TSANet, we're obviously going to need to collect some information from them and walk them through that process. And you can see down here, we're going to collect their contact details, and then we're going to take them through, and you'll see here, they're going to accept the legal agreements. These are the code of conduct and the license agreement. This would be your customized addendum, where it gets into the specifics. This is going to be your SLAs, required information, or a path that you need to take, or requirements of the relationship. And then on the right-hand side, depending on how you wanted this to occur, either they would pay a $500 fee as a limited member to come into the relationship, and that's an annual fee that they would pay, or you can sponsor them. And there's no fee involved at all. What that does is actually allow them to get on board a little quicker, depending. I mean, they've always got the option to pay by credit card, but sometimes they want to go through an invoicing process, and we won't take them live until we receive payment. So it can, I've seen it work both ways. Either way can be quite efficient. Sometimes if you want to head and pay for it, you can also kind of show them here. And what we've done, for example, with VMware is we've kind of used it as a benefit of your program, or where you can say, hey, VMware is paying my fee. Thank you very much. Right. That's saving you $500 a year. And you don't have a fee that's involved to become a member of TSANet and join into this ecosystem. Then, of course, we're also going to have to create a process for that limited member. So if you need to collaborate with them, so we've got to collect this information as well, right? So they're going to put in their support hours and the products they supported. Where do they want a support to come in? And again, right, we're gonna test this, right? But they can come in, they can view what the form's going to look like. We typically just take that support manager's name and contact information, and that becomes the escalation information. So we won't want to have an alias. We actually want to have a person that is involved in that. And again, that whatever they set up here is going to have to be validated when we do a test case. But we're going to collect that information about the inbound process. And then when it's all said and done, this is what it's going to look like, right? They're going to come in, they're going to see those partners that they can collaborate with, which obviously would include you as a host, and they just click on that company and boom, they're into the TSANet Connect system, and they're looking at your inbound process that if you wanted to create specifically for your partners, or even a subset of a group of partners within that. So we can get down to be that granular about, I want this set of partners to follow this process, or I want another set of partners to follow another process. So we can do that kind of thing. They when they come into the TSANet Connect platform. And then as far as you being able to look at this as an administrator, what you can do if you're a business, what we call a business or a program manager, when you come in to the TSANet Connect platform, you can click on your administration access up here and then click on partner groups, and it's going to show you all of the groups that you have, which would include your own ecosystem. And then when you get into that, you can actually see the addendum that's associated, the registration page or that landing page that you're going to, and then you can see all the partners that are part of it. So you can do that. You're also going to see here, we can actually add documents into that landing page. So when the partner comes in, if you've got a document that you wanted to share with all your partners, they will actually be able to see that. And it's right here. And they can even click on it. It'll pull up all of those. So if you had multiple documents, you might want to put in something that is effective for your partners. You want to be able to let them know something that's happened with a new product that's coming out, or we're going to direct you a different way now, or whatever it happens to be. You can put these documents up there that just kind of gives all those engineers on the inbound side another path or some additional information that they'd want to have. Okay. So if you want to do this, it's actually quite simple. I would suggest you just give us a call, let us work with you. There is, if you want to go out to the main website, under member resources, there is a partner program playbook. It's got a lot of best practices in it. We've actually detailed this quite a bit, so it gets into something. This would be a good document if you wanted to give to your partner manager. But I would suggest you set up a call with myself and or Paul to talk about this, because I think it's a very good way for you to take advantage of the membership, and a very easy way for us to be able to set this up, but customized to your ecosystem that you want to do. And again, I go back and say, is it 2 partners? Is it 1 partner? Is it 10 partners, or it's 100 partners? It doesn't really matter. We can customize that. And again, it becomes very easy for us to work with you to get all these people into your own little ecosystem. But we'll set this up, walk them through the entire process. obviously, the other thing I think just to mention here is this is set up for support collaboration, right? So we're not trying to take over your partner network and do a bunch of stuff with it that you're already doing anyway. Some of these are very complicated partner networks. What we're doing is concentrating on that support collaboration piece so that you need to have that path to your partners. They need to have that path to you. Again, a very easy way. They join into your ecosystem, you're done with it. Very easy to do that. So let us work with you, create these co-branded marketing materials, set up the registration page, we'll give you an idea of exactly how that works, walk you through what the partner's experience would be like, and then show you what it looks like from your side if you want to do anything customized out to your partners as well. Very easy stuff to do. And more members are starting to take advantage of this. So again, I would really highly suggest that if even if you've got a few partners to bring in to your network, that this is a very easy way to do that. I mentioned the pricing, right? So if you want to host the program, this is a way for you to do that. And it also becomes something, what we do is just put it out on a scale. Again, if you don't want to pay for it at all and you want them to pay that annual fee, it's $500 per relationship for every limited member, existing or new, coming into it. If you want to pay for it, that's fine. What we do is we set a stamp and we'll go a full year into it. And then at the end of that year, we'll count up the limited members and we'll pay and we'll bill you based on that number of limited members that you have in that relationship. So it's a full year and there's the scale that we have right there. So again, very easy way for you to pull it in. And what this does, again, I have members that do it both ways, but this actually just defers that payment back to you, and you can use that as a benefit to your partner program and pull these people in. Let's give you an example of some of the companies that are doing some things. I've seen more and more companies starting to take advantage of this. Again, VMware is up there at top of the list, so I talked about hundreds, along with Red Hat. They've done this. And we work with them every day. They pull partners in, several every week between all of these companies. And what we do is we assign someone like a Stephanie or a Brittany on our staff to work with you to make sure that if you need to get these people onboarded or exactly what the status is or where they're at with it, or if there's problems, we just work with you directly as an account manager type of thing to make sure we get your partners into your ecosystem and give you an update on all that kind of stuff. So we track that and help you out with it. And that's it. There's a lot more information out on the website. If you've got any questions, please go ahead and put them in. Paul, anything that you wanted to add that maybe I didn't catch on this? I kind of walked through a lot of stuff real quickly.
Yeah, no, I think you covered it well. Probably the only thing that I would emphasize is the fact that you can set up unique processes and process forms for these types of relationships. So for example, say you had a relationship with a partner that was actually designed around you taking the front level support and then escalating back-end issues to either their tier 3 or maybe even their engineering organization. So you can set up very customized process forms that allow for that. You might even exclude the common customer in that type of scenario. So quite a bit of flexibility in these.
Okay. I don't have anything to add. If we don't have any questions, we did record this. Make sure that it gets out. I mean, my contact information, if you don't have it, is dennis@tsanet.org. Paul is paul@tsanet.org. So if you want to look at doing this program, again, get a hold of us and we will be more than happy to talk to you. Okay, everybody. If nothing else, we'll end this a little bit early, give you another 5 minutes back to your day, and appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.